Hello, welcome to this yoga flow practice. And today we are going to have an amazing practice. We're going to get warmed up and then we will come down and just have a wonderful relaxation. So, props today. I'm sitting on a blanket. I'm also going to use this for Shavasana towards the end. And I've got a couple blocks here. We will be using them for one thing, but we're also, whoops, going to use a strap. And we're going to use a strap at the towards the middle of the class during flow. So just to make sure that you don't have to, go down to the floor and get it uncomfortably, I find it easier if you just take your block to the highest setting and just kind of drape it right across here. It makes it easier to grab when needed. If you don't have blocks or what have you, you can just put the strap towards the top of it's there when you need it as well. So we'll go ahead and get started. So I'm seated in a nice comfortable position, and the seat that I'm taking in this posture may not be best for you. You might need to take your legs forward. You might need to take them out wider. You might need to sit back on your heels. Whatever feels good to you, go ahead and take that. And then I'm going to, so I want to try to avoid a forward lean or a slump as much as possible. I'm looking for ears, shoulders, and hips to be in this wonderful alignment. I'm supporting my back with a strong front, drawing up from the pubic bone to behind the navel or belly button into the spine. And I'm just going to breathe here. Now you can have your hands resting on your knee. I'm going to take a hand over the heart and a hand over the belly. As I sit for a moment, I'm just noticing, doing a quick little body scan. Is there anywhere in the body that I could soften just a little bit more? Can I soften a little bit through the hips? Maybe a little bit of softening through the belly. And by that, I mean you still want that core engagement, but you want to be here from a place of ease. From a place of ease can expand the rib cage on the inhale. Can I relax and drop the shoulders? Maybe an unclenching of the jaw, around the eyes and the forehead. We'll go ahead and set an intention here. Intention is gratitude, gratitude for the space, gratitude for this practice, gratitude that I'm taking the time to be with myself and to do something that's nurturing to my mind, my body, and my spirit. And then we'll go into some box breathing here. To a count of 4, we'll inhale, hold, exhale, and hold, all for a count of 4. We'll do this 6 times today. So if 4 is not your magic number, just do the best you can do. You can come back to it at any time. We'll take a big exhale to prepare. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Retain. 1, 2, 3, 4. Release. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Retain. 1, 2, 3, 4. Release. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4. Last time. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Retain. 1, 2, 3, 4. Release. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4. Return to normal breath. You can release your hands from wherever you may have been placing them. Notice how you feel. Fingertips to the side, palms turning up. Inhale, reach. I'm just going to reach up there and touch the hands. It's a little bit of a stretch for me today. Good. I'm going to reach up. I'm going to take a side bend to the left. So my hand, my shoulder, and my side come over. Be mindful that you don't do this rotation here. You want to just open that up. Nice long top arm will give you more engagement down that side body on the left side. And then you choose your path here. You can stay here. You can always come out of something not working for you. You can side bend deeper. You can choose to open towards the back, or maybe a C curve roll, the forward flexion towards the front, forehead in the direction of the knee, but not touching. Breathing. Inhale, exhale, move through center. Reach. Inhale, exhale to the other side. Nice long top arm. Finding where you need to be. And then choosing the path, being here, coming out, side bending deeper, opening to the back, or taking that C curve roll. Now, I've chose a C curve roll on both sides because that is what my body needs on both sides in this moment. But you might need to do something a little different on this side than the other. And inhale to open, and exhale, coming back up. And we'll reach, we'll get a gentle rotation towards the left. Arms are going to come down. Take that left hand, push it to the floor behind you, helping you get a little bit more length. And then see if you can look a little bit more to that left. Breathing and expanding through that rib cage. Inhale, lift. Exhale, center. Inhale. Exhale, rotate. Arms are going to come down. Rolling the shoulders back. The right hand's going to press into the floor, facilitating just a little bit more length. Maybe looking a little bit more behind you. And I do apologize, it is allergy season here. I'm starting to feel the medicine kick in. So good. It's either that or don't breathe. We'll come up and come to center. Good. When you're ready, we're going to make our way to all fours. All fours. You can always create more cushion for your knees by holding your mat up. Holding it once will give you a double layer. Holding again will get a quadruple layer. And the same thing for the wrist. If you don't like this hyperextension, you can roll the top part of your mat up and give the wrist a little bit of support. So I'm going to spread my fingers nice and wide here, rooting through the knuckles of the pinky, the pointer, and the thumb. My shoulders are over or slightly behind the wrists. My knees are going to come about hip width apart. They can be a little bit wider if you've got a cranky low back, and the tops of the feet are down. I'm protracted, so I'm pushing away from the floor. Belly button is in. Inhale. Chest comes forward, pelvis tilts back. Exhale, rounding into the mad cat, looking towards the thighs. Inhale into cow. This is your extension. And exhale into cat, your flexion. Now, you're free to stay right here. Those of you that would like to add a lion's breath in here can feel free to do so. So on lion's breath, your inhale is going to be the round. Your exhale is going to be the extension. You're going to stick your tongue out. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And one more. Inhale. And exhale. Good. Take a child's pose. Knees can be together as wide as the mat or somewhere in between. Reaching the arms along in front of you. If this doesn't do it for your shoulders, you can always take your hands back by the ankles, letting the shoulders just relax down here. Find always what works for your body in this moment. And maybe taking a moment to reconnect with that breath. And reconnecting with that intention of gratitude. So I'm taking my earrings out here. Forgot to do that. A little quieter in the background for you. And then once ready, hands under the shoulders. We're going to press up and coming back to all fours. We'll take this into a downward facing dog. Downward facing dog. So if you're a taller person, you can take your hands about half a width or full hands width forward. But starts the same way that what we just did, spreading the fingers nice and wide, rooting through the knuckles of pinky, pointer, and thumb. I'm shifting back, toes are tucked. Press in and forward into the mat as you lift the knees and the rear end. Good. Now take a moment. So your heels may not touch the floor like mine. That took me about 8 years of almost daily consistent practice to be able to do that. Most people are not there. But I am going to shift the hips back a little bit so your knees can bend as needed. I'm still pressing in and forward into my mat, rooting through the knuckles of pinky, pointer, and thumb. My shoulders are protracted, so they're away from the ears. From the shoulders, I'm going to turn the inner elbows forward, creating a more stable shoulder girdle. My head and neck are free. Gaze are to the toes. Feel free to hang out here. You can lift and lower the heels. You can bend one knee, lengthen one leg. Find yours. Good. And then we'll gently release. Inhale, look forward, bend the knees. Pressing through the feet and the legs. Walk or step your feet forward to meet your hands. If you've got your blocks here, you can also use them. Pressing through the feet and the legs. Lift and lengthen halfway. Hands to blocks, 4, shins or sides. Exhale and we'll bend and we'll bow. Pressing through the feet and the legs, long back as we rise, coming all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Finding breath, mountain, intention. We're going to take this right into 2 sun salute A's. So feel free to skip or take the flow as needed. My first one's going to be a modified one. Big inhale and we reach. Exhale and we'll bend and we'll bow. Planting the hands. Pressing through the feet and the legs. Lift and lengthen halfway. Taking the hands where they need. Long back here. Exhale and we'll bend and we'll bow. Planting the hands. I'm going to step back into a plank pose. Good. So you can take or skip a flow here. I'm going to do a modified one. I'm going to lower my knees. Good. I'm being mindful of my shoulders. Elbows come straight back, halfway down. Pressing up into a cobra variation. And then I'm going to tuck the toes and find my down dog. Now I'm taking a modified approach here today because I am rehabbing a shoulder. It's a lot better than it was, but I don't want to put too much pressure on it. So always be mindful if you've got a shoulder issue or something like that, take extra caution or just skip the flow part. From your downward facing dog, inhale, look forward, bend the knees, pressing through the feet and the legs. Walk, step, or hop your feet forward to meet your hands. Pressing through the feet and the legs to lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale and we'll bend and we'll bow. Pressing through the feet and the legs, rising all the way up. And exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale and we'll reach. Exhale and we'll bend and we'll bow. Pressing through the feet and the legs, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale and we'll bend and we'll bow. Planting the hands. Step or hop back to plank. You choose take or skip the flow. Feel free to follow me through a modified one. Good. Making sure there's no collapsing through the shoulders or hanging in the back. And finding the down dog. Good. From the downward facing dog when you're ready. Inhale, look forward, bend the knees, pressing with the feet and the legs. Walk, step, or hop your feet forward to meet your hips. Pressing through the feet and the legs. Lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale and we'll bend and we'll bow. Pressing through the feet and the legs, rising all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Finding the breath, finding the mountain, finding intention. We're going to find a sun salute B variation here. So this is where you want your strap to be all set up here. So I'm going to take my feet into a hip width apart position here. I'm going to zip up nice and tight. Arms are going to come up, and I'm just going to sit back into my chair. Good. Now from this hip width apart position, what I'm doing, in order to get into the rear in different places a little bit better, not only am I pressing down, but from the hip, I'm also pressing away. So I've got a nice engagement from the outside of that hip all the way down to the foot. And I'm breathing. Now, if you want to try full steer, you can see how low you go. Heels are still on the floor, and eventually maybe you can get the thighs to be more parallel to the floor. Inhale, exhale, and we'll come up and back. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, and we'll bend and we'll bow. Planting the hands. The way that your body needs you to move. Good. And from the downward facing dog when you're ready. Good. I'm going to lift that left leg. I'm going to bend that knee. And I'm going to use my right leg and foot to bring me forward, stepping or picking up and putting that left foot forward between the hands. Now, if you need to be in parallel railroad tracks because you've got a sciatica or something like that, then stay here. If warrior one position with that back leg and foot is safe for you, then you can take it. Now, from here is where I'm going to grab my strap. I'm going to press into the back leg as well as to the front heel, and I'm going to rise. Front hip will come back. Then I've got my strap. I'm going to inhale and reach. So I'm pulling out of my strap. I've got my strap folded in half. And then maybe I can take it back a little bit without popping the chest too much forward. Inhale. Exhale. From here on this side, I'm going to reach this forward. I'm pulling away from the strap as I'm reaching forward. I'm getting a little bit of a shoulder blade stretch here. And then from here, just to transition, lengthen that front leg, release one end of the strap, and come behind. Once you've gotten your strap behind you, You can come back to that warrior one position. Reaching down, this might be it, rolling the shoulders back or lifting up. Breathing. Zipping up through that front body, coming back to gratitude. We're going to take this now into a humble warrior position. So from here, really pressing through the back leg, lengthening through that from the hip to the torso. I'm trying not to let that knee change a little bit. I don't want it to fall inward. I'm going to come down here. Shoulders are rolled back, and I'm reaching up through that strap. And then from here, reaching up through the strap, getting into the feet and the legs, coming all the way back up. Releasing that strap, take it up one more time. Good. And then from here, strong, slow descent back to the floor, planting the hands, swivel up the back foot, front foot steps back. You choose take or skip a flow. I'm just going to move this to the other side. So when we go to the other side, my back side is next to you. Good. Once you've made it to your down dog, we're going to repeat all of that to the other side. So my right leg is going to lift 3 points, bending that knee. With the left leg and foot, I'm going to bring my body forward, stepping or picking up and putting that right foot between the hands. Good. Parallel railroad track or warrior prep that backside. And then from here, grabbing your strap, will come all the way up. Reaching up, front hip will come back. Strong through the back edge of the back leg. Front knee tracks towards pinky toe. Good. Now maybe you can take this back a little bit here without popping the chest forward. Always return to breath. Always return to intention. Arms are going to come forward. I'm still pulling out. Good. You can reach and round a little bit here, dropping the head through. And from here, could you unclench the jaw? Relax to the face. And then from here, coming back up. Good. Release one side. I'm going to take that back. With that back part of that strap. Good. I'm going to press down. I'm going to roll my shoulders back, maybe lifting. Breathing and expanding. And from here, you can stay. Or again, watching, make sure that knee doesn't. Good. I'm going to come on the inside. Reaching. And take the breath. Relaxing the face. And then from here, pressing up through that strap, getting in through the feet, coming all the way back up. Good. Releasing one side of the strap, coming up, warrior one more time. And then from here, good. I'm going to lengthen, lengthen, lengthen as I take my path back to the mat, planting the hands, swivel up the back foot, front foot steps back. You choose, take or skip that flow. Always able to modify as needed. Good, and then just take a moment. Once you're in your down dog, let's just shake the head yes. Shake the head no. Coming back to good down dog form. Taking a moment to unclench the jaw. Relax around the forehead. Take that breath. Good. Now, left leg's going to lift 3 points. I'm going to bend that knee again. I'm going to use that right leg and foot to bring me forward, stepping or picking up and putting that foot forward between the hands. I'm going to grab my block here, and blocks come in 3 different heights. So make sure you're using the height appropriate for your body. So I'm going to come up here and find my length. So by finding my length, I'm long through that back leg. So I'm not doing this little bendy thing. I'm really pushing back there. I'm pressing through the big toe and pinky toe mounds. I'm also lengthening through the torso. So I'm not in this little humpy fold here. lengthen. And then because I've got my blocks, maybe I can take this front knee a little bit more over the ankle. Maybe that foot needs to come back a little bit. Good. Finding your place with ease. Back knee's going to come down. I'm going to untuck the back toe. If you don't have a balance issue, you can follow me. If you do, you can stay. Maybe we come back up, zipping up the front body, coming up, looking up will give you more of a balance challenge. Looking straight forward will be less of one. And then we'll come back down here. Good. You have an option for this twist to keep the back knee grounded, or you can tuck it and lift it if you want more balance and power. Find your form, find your length. Right hand on the block or to the floor, open to the left. Good. And then we'll take that hand back down. Good. Back knee can be lifted or grounded. Left hand to the floor, to the block on the outside of the left foot. Open. And then we'll take that down. Good. From here, we're going to lower that knee, untuck the toe, come back, find a half split pose. Lengthen, lengthen, lengthen here. So lengthening through the torso. I'm coming up onto the edge of that foot. My hip is over that back knee. And then when ready, good, we'll come forward. Blocks can come forward. Plant the hands, tuck the back toe, lift the back knee, front foot steps back, take or skip a flow. So I'm gonna skip this one. Taking a breath, and clench that jaw. Relax around the forehead and the eye. Shoulders away from the ear. Good. Right leg's gonna lift 3-point now. Pressing forward with that left leg and foot to step or pick up and put the right foot forward between the hands. Good. Bring in your blocks. Once you're there, good. Find your length. Find your good form with ease. Maybe that knee can come a little bit closer to being over the ankle. Maybe you can be a little bit longer in that back leg, a little bit longer in the torso. And then from here, we're going to lower down that back knee. Good. Staying here, if you've got a balance challenge, or coming up, coming all the way up, reaching up. Again, looking up will be more of a balance challenge. Looking straight ahead will be less of one. Still try to stay zipped through that front body. Come back to the intention of gratitude. Gratitude that maybe you're able to move your body in any way, not just this way. And then we'll take that back down. Then again, you choose. Back knee can stay lowered, or you can lift it up, finding a little bit more balance and power. So you choose what you need. Good. Once you found your length, left hand on the blocker to the floor. We're going to open to the right. Breathing. The right hand's going to come down. Back knee can be lifted or grounded. Right hand on the blocker to the floor. Open to the left. When ready, that hand will come down. We'll lower that back knee if it was lifted, and then we'll shift back here. Again, you're coming back onto that heel. Leg might have to slide forward. So in this side, my leg needs to slide forward. But keep length in the torso as you just find that little counter stretch. And then from here, when you're ready, front foot's going to come back. Blocks are going to come forward. Find a child's pose. Knees together or as wide as the mat, or somewhere in between. Arms can be long in front of you, or hands back by the ankles. Breathe. Release the tension around that face. Release some tension around the shoulders. And then once ready, good. We're going to come forward and come onto the belly. So I'm going to place my blocks to the side, but I'm going to grab my strap again, and I'm going to keep my strap folded in half. And I'm going to thread that strap between my pointer and the thumb. So about shoulder width apart, I'm going to reach that strap forward, and I'm going to pull out of it. Legs are about hip width apart here. So for this first locust variation, you can just lift the upper body, or you can lift the upper and the lower body together. You choose. But from here, zipping up through that front body, good. Find your locust. Relax the shoulders. Breathe with ease. Relax the face. And take that down. And wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. If you have a body that needs you to push back in a rounding child's pose right now, please feel free to honor yourself and give your body what it needs. So I'm going to take my strap, taking it behind, good. So right across the tailbone. Now, I'm going to keep my hands more in line with my shoulder because that's what my injured shoulder needs. But you can find more engagement sometimes, I shouldn't say engagement, or a little bit more depth the closer you take your hands together. But be mindful of your shoulder. And then I'm going to reach towards my feet and roll my shoulders back. For some of you, this might be enough. You can also choose just to do the upper body or upper and lower together. Zipping up that front body whenever you're ready, find yours. Maybe you come up a little bit higher from this position. And then we'll lower down. We'll place the strap to the side, hands under the shoulders. Press back, we'll all take a child's pose here. Good. And then when you're ready, good. We're going to come back up to all fours, finding your downward facing dog, getting there the way that you need to get there. Good. And then from this position, we're going to come into a pigeon. And we'll go come to a belly down pigeon. So if you know that a belly down pigeon, which is laying on the leg, is not for you, or you've got a lot of space under the hip on the side that we're on, I'm going to encourage you to come to your back here instead and take a supine figure 4. It's the exact same hip opener, except it's kinder on the hip and the knee joint. Okay, so we'll start on the left side, left leg up, bending that knee, pushing forward with that right leg. The left knee is going to come behind the left wrist. And then I'm going to use that right leg to really come straight back. Good. So this is where you would fill in if you've got space. So I've got a 45-ish degree angle here with my shin. So my heel is closer to right hip. I'm not doing that old cue of trying to take it perpendicular here or horizontal. So just kind of find it. And this might be where you need to be. Hands can also come onto your block. You can travel down onto the forearm. You can come all the way forward. For today, I'm going to come onto the elbows, take my hands in prayer over my head. I'm going to take my head to the floor. I've also got my hips squared forward here as well. And relaxing the shoulders. Breathing here and clenching the jaw. Relaxing around the eyes and the forehead. Also being mindful, this is a deep, deep hip opener. You never want to go past your 5 or 6 on that pain scale. If you feel any pain, numbness, tingling, or burning, you'll want to back off or come out completely. And when ready, then I'm going to undo my hand, taking my hands under the shoulders, coming up from here. Good. I'm pressing away. This might be enough. You might look all the way up. Might take that bottom lip over the top. And release. From here, tucking the back toe, lifting up, finding down dog. If you would like to take a last little flow here, feel free to move through that belly down vinyasa. Otherwise, we're going to take this right into pigeon on the other side. So now my right leg is going to lift 3 points. Then I'm going to use my left leg to bring me forward, right knee, right wrist. And I'm going to just kind of use that foot, really bring that left leg directly back behind me. My hips are squared. I've got no space under my right hip to worry about. Good, I've got that nice 45-degree angle here. Good, and then from here, you can stay up. You can come into forearms. You can reach forward. I'm gonna come onto elbows, taking that prayer position one more. We'll trying to take a breath, relaxing through the shoulders, and clenching the jaw, relaxing around the forehead and the eyes. And then when you're ready, get in the way that's best for you based on where you went. Hands under the shoulders. Good. Come to where you can come. Good. Coming into just a little bit of an extension, looking forward. Bottom lip over the top. And coming back center. From here, I'm just going to roll over into my right side. I'm going to swing that left leg around. So we're going to come to a Janu here. And let me bring in a few things. Different things for different people, just because different people have different needs. And actually, you know what? Just so you can see better, I'm going to start with my right leg forward. I'm going to pull this left foot in. Okay. So my hips are more squared to the front. It won't be a perfect square, but I don't want to do this from this position either. So I want my hips to be more squared forward. Now, when we do this fold, you've got a couple options. You don't have to use any props if you don't want to. But if you know that you can't reach your foot, but you want that sensation of that connection, you can take your strap around the ball of the foot. And then once you take a fold, you can choke up to your grip and find that sensation here. If you're someone that you can take your hands beyond your foot, but you're seeking that similar type of connection, but you want a little bit more challenge with it, you can take your block like this, or like this. Okay? I've actually done this a few times. I almost did it again the other day, but I'm going to come right here. We'll see if that'll work today. Good. So whenever you're ready, we're going to inhale and reach. Exhale from the hip, a long spine. Then take the hands down. Find the grips where you need to. And then if it's safe for you, you can continue to hold it. And we're going to breathe in here into the back body. Remembering gratitude. Relaxing through the face. Good. Now from here, we're going to take this into a twist. So if you took that little bit more of a curvy fold here, good. Come up a little bit, find your length. Right arm, same arm as leg, is going to come on the inside. The left arm is going to come somewhere on the outside or to the outside of that foot. And then I'm going to revolve. Actually, sorry. I'm going to revolve towards my left. I thought that seemed awkward. I'm like, that's not how I practice it. And we'll go to, and we'll open up here. Breathing and expanding. And when you're ready, we'll undo, unravel first, and come all the way back up. We're going to do that all on the other side. So I'm going to just switch out my legs here. Left leg forward, right foot in. Good. I'm going to grab my block again and reset it. Good. Grab your strap if you're using that. Hips forward as much as you can. Big inhale and reach. Exhale, long spine as you come forward. Then take the hands down. You can stay there or you can round. Breathing and expanding into the back body again. And then when you're ready, you can stay here longer. You're going to take the twisty. Good. Lengthen a little bit. Left hand on the inside of the foot. Right hand on the outside. You can stay here. You can continue to rotate. You're going to rotate here to the right. And then carefully undo and come back up. Good. We're going to come onto our back here. So we're going to do a supported bridge and supported shoulder stand. We're going to go into a little here. So I'm going to have you do those with a block. Now, if you don't have a block or you know that's not comfortable, but you've got a blanket, you can do the same thing, folding your blanket up like this. You can also use a nice pillow or a firm cushion to do this as well. I'm going to take my hair clip out here. Make sure that your strap is also close by. And then once you come down here, yeah, kind of fiddle with your clothes as we need to sometimes. Pulling down the shirt, pulling up the pants. Good. From here, feet are about as wide as the mat. Zip up nice and tight to protect the low back. And we're just going to let those knees go side to side here for a moment. Good. And then we'll come back in. Good. Now from here, I'm going to press into the feet. I'm going to take this block. I'm going to use the lowest setting. You can also use the medium setting. I don't recommend this setting because I have the space for the tailbone and both sit bones to be on here with ease. So here or here. So I'm just going to press up. I'm going to slide that block right under the tailbone. Make sure that you're under the tailbone and not under the lumbar up here. And then you can roll the shoulders back for a moment. So this is just a nice supported bridge, a supported inversion here. See if here you can kind of relax the neck and throat a little bit. Coming back to the breath. Clenching the jaw. Relax around the forehead and the eyes. If you'd like to stay here longer, feel free. I'm going to take one knee at a time into tabletop, and then I'm going to take my legs up towards the ceiling. So this is like a supported shoulder stand or supported leg variation here. And you can point and flex the feet while you're here. Taking a European vacation about a month. Very long plane ride going. Very long plane ride coming. And as soon as I get to my hotel, this is what I'm going to be doing. And reverse some of that blood flow, some of that energy. If you're taking any long plane rides and car rides, certainly recommend this. And I'm just going to roll my ankles in one direction to warm up here, and then in the other. And then let's spread the toes and squeeze them together a few times. Good. And then from here, bending the knees, 1 foot at a time. It's going to come to the floor. Once both feet are on the floor, lift the hips, remove the block, and come down, and bringing the knees into the chest and rock side to side. And then we'll take that strap and let's go ahead and put the left foot into that strap. The right knee can be bent or extended long. Your back is going to be in charge here. Good. So find the grip that's appropriate for you here. You want the upper body to be on the floor and a little micro bend in that knee, and gently just tug in. It will be a deeper stretch on the back of the leg the more you point the toes towards the face. There'll be more of a stretch in the top of the foot, but better, or I shouldn't say better, easier along the back side of the leg if you point the toe. So find the stretch that feels best for you right now. And relaxing all through the face. We'll back off a little bit. Both pieces of the strap into the left hand. Both hips, both shoulders are going to stay on the floor. As you take that leg out to the left, wiggle around to find your best spot. And if you want a little bonus, reach that right leg long, reach your right arm long behind you, reaching from those fingertips to that heel. But not at the expense if it causes you to have both hips up or something like that. Never sacrifice bad form. And we'll come back up. I should say never sacrifice good form for something that causes you bad form. That's a better way to say it. Good. Now switching the hands, we're going to arc over. You can also have a bend in the knee here. Some people like that a little bit better and just wiggle around. Just kind of find that stretch. And then once you've found it, you can stay. You can take that leg over. Now you want that leg to stay at hip height, not flop the foot on the floor. If you can't hold the foot there on your own, prop it up with your block. The reason for that is to support the SI joints back here in the low back. We don't want to add strain. And then we'll come back up. And then when you're good, we'll switch out our sides. So right foot's going to come in, left foot's going to come out. Good. Right knee or left knee rather can be bent or extended long. Your back is in, keeping a micro bend in that right knee. Gently bring that in towards the face. And again, forward or flex the foot, pointer flex the foot, kind of finding where it is that you need that stretch. And then release both pieces of the strap into the right hand. Zipping up, good. We'll take that right leg out to the right, wiggle around to find your best spot. And if you want that bonus, the left leg can reach long in front of you, the left arm can reach long behind you, reaching from the fingertips to that heel. Breathe and expand. Returning to your intention. Always returning to breath. And we'll come back up. Good. We'll change out the grip. And then from here, we'll arc that leg over 45 degrees, long leg or a bend in the knee. Find what's best for your body. And once you've found it, you can choose to stay or you can take it over, keeping the leg in line with the hip, propping it up with the block. And when ready, then we'll come back up. Remove the foot from the strap. Bring both knees into the chest and rock side to side. We'll come into the Shavasana from here. So I'm going to reach down and grab my blanket. You can let everything kind of come long and flop open. You can put a bend in the knee. You can be on your side or your belly. You want to be somewhere where you're relatively comfortable and you're not going to fidget around or anything. And I'm going to really encourage you to take this. So the purpose of this is to let the whole practice absorb and learn to be in stillness, learn to be with yourself. You can get away with not checking your phone for just a couple minutes. Everybody's got a couple minutes. So from here, just roll the shoulders back, make yourself 10% more comfortable. And one more time, taking a breath and clenching the jaw, relaxing to that face and forehead. And we'll take a deep breath here. Choose stillness or gently the head and neck go side to side. Choose stillness or invite movement of the fingers and the toes. You're running the thumbs along the edge of the fingertips. Choose stillness or bringing the knees into the chest. Choosing to keep the upper body on the floor and maybe lifting it up into a full body hug. And one more time, choosing stillness, removing any props out of the way that you may have used during your Shavasana time. Maybe extending the legs long in front of you, arms long behind you, reaching from the fingertips to the edge of the toes, bending, flexing through the feet, bending and stretching through the hands, twirling wrists and ankles in one direction, and then in the other. And then when you're ready, bending in both knees and moving over to your right or left side, the side that works best for your body in this moment. Taking all the time that you need here, and when you're ready, pressing yourself up to a comfortable seat where we started our practice. Taking a moment to notice how you feel. Fingertips to the side, palms turning up. Reach all the way up. Touching the palms together. As we bring them down, we'll stop the thumbs at the forehead for good and true thoughts. To the lips for good and kind words. into the heart for open and loving hearts. Knowing no effort on this mat is ever wasted, no gain is ever reversed. May you be safe. May you stay well. May you have a wonderful day, evening, week, month, season ahead. Thank you so much for joining me. I am gracious for you. Namaste.